Have you ever looked at your bank balance and thought, "Universe, are you playing a prank on me?" You check your account, hoping maybe there's a miracle, maybe an error in your favor like Monopoly, and boom, nothing but a minus sign smiling back at you. If that sounds familiar, don't worry, you're not cursed. You're just temporarily out of tune with the rhythm of abundance. Because here's the truth. The universe doesn't owe you money. It owes you alignment. And when you align yourself correctly, when your thoughts and emotions agree with prosperity, the universe starts cutting checks faster than a payday loan commercial. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, "Please, not another manifest your way out of debt" speech, hear me out. I've seen miracles, real ones. I've seen people buried under credit card bills suddenly receive unexpected refunds, job promotions, debt forgiveness, and even total turnarounds simply by commanding the universe the right way. Yes, commanding, not begging, not wishing, not stressing. Let's be honest for a second. Most people treat money like a bad ex. They chase it, cry over it, blame it, or ignore it, and then wonder why it won't come back. Money doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to authority, to certainty, to peace. You can't command what you secretly fear. You can't attract what you secretly resent. And that's why so many people stay in financial chaos. They're constantly vibrating between worry and want, guilt and greed, fear and fantasy. So let's fix that today. Let's get real for a second. Debt feels heavy, doesn't it? It's not just numbers on paper, it's pressure. It's waking up in the middle of the night with your mind racing. It's checking your phone and seeing another payment notification. It's feeling like no matter how hard you work, you're just running on a hamster wheel powered by bills. And when you're in that space, it's almost impossible to think clearly. You can't even hear your intuition through the noise of panic. You start believing that money is hard to earn, that opportunities are rare, that financial peace is for the lucky or the rich. But the moment you start believing those lies, you literally tell the universe, "Keep me stuck." The universe is a mirror. It reflects your strongest feelings, not your spoken words. You can say "I'm rich" all you want, but if your emotions scream, "I'm broke," then the mirror responds accordingly. So how do we flip this? How do we command the universe to pay our debts instantly? First, we stop treating money like a missing friend and start treating it like a loyal servant. Money was created to serve you, not enslave you. Debt doesn't make you powerless. It's simply a reflection of energy that needs balancing. You don't owe as much as you vibrate at a certain frequency that attracts those conditions. Change the vibration, and you change the situation. Here's the funny thing. Most people try to fix debt by working harder. They hustle, pick up extra shifts, start side gigs, clip coupons, and live on noodles. And while that's responsible, it's not necessarily effective. Because if you're working from a place of fear, "I have to pay this or I'll lose everything," you're amplifying scarcity. You're reinforcing the idea that you're trapped. But when you shift to "I command the flow of abundance to balance this now," your energy changes. Your actions start to align with peace, and peace attracts solutions. Let me share a little framework I call the law of instant adjustment. Think of the universe as a cosmic accountant, not emotional, just precise. When your spiritual books go out of balance, meaning your thoughts about money contradict your divine right to abundance, the universe automatically sends experiences that reflect that imbalance. Debt is one of them. But here's the catch. Once you correct your internal account, the universe instantly recalculates. You'll start noticing payments disappear, opportunities appear, or new streams of income open up. It's not luck. It's mathematics, spiritual mathematics. So here's what you're going to do. Every time you think about your debt, I want you to say, "This is already paid in divine substance. The universe has settled this account in my favor." Don't say it like a wish. Say it like a fact. You're not asking, you're declaring. You see, words are not just sounds, they're commands. When you speak with conviction, your subconscious accepts the statement as law, and the universe rearranges circumstances to make it true. It's not magic, it's order. Now, let's deal with something that blocks a lot of people. Guilt. So many people feel guilty about being in debt. They feel ashamed. like they've failed, like they can't be spiritual and owe money at the same time. But guilt is the glue that keeps debt stuck. You can't release what you keep judging. If you walked into a restaurant, ordered a meal, ate it, and then felt guilty about paying the bill, the waiter would think you've lost your mind. Debt is the same. It's simply an exchange of energy. You've already received something, and now the flow must complete its cycle. That's all. When you shift your perception from guilt to gratitude, the universe multiplies your ability to repay with ease. So instead of saying, "I'm drowning in debt," say, "I bless every dollar I owe, for it represents value I've already received." That's powerful, because when you bless something, you release resistance around it, and what you release transforms. Now let's get practical. I'm not just going to tell you to chant affirmations all day and expect a wire transfer from heaven, although sometimes it really does feel that way. I want you to take 3 simple, actionable steps that align your energy and your actions. Step 1. Speak abundance before you see it. Every morning, before you touch your phone or check your bills, say out loud, "The universe is my supply, and my debts are cleared now." Don't say "will be," say "are." You're training your subconscious to accept instant resolution. Remember, time is a concept. Energy moves at the speed of belief. Step 2. Treat your debts with dignity. Don't curse the bill collectors or avoid your statements. Look at them and say, "You're temporary. You're part of a process that's already completed." By doing this, you remove emotional charge. And when emotion is neutral, manifestation becomes swift. Step 3. Do 1 act of generosity every day, even if it's tiny. Buy someone a cup of coffee, give a compliment, donate a coin. It doesn't matter how small. Generosity resets the flow. When you give freely, you remind the universe that you trust abundance, and trust is the currency that dissolves debt faster than any financial strategy. Now, if you're listening and thinking, "That sounds great, but I still have a due date next week," I get it. I've been there. But miracles don't come through panic. They come through peace. The moment you release fear, the universe can finally deliver what you've been asking for. Debt is not your identity. It's an illusion of separation, a temporary distortion in the energy of prosperity. You don't need to work your way out of it. You need to vibrate your way out of it. And once you do, the physical world simply follows. I want you to try something right now. Close your eyes and imagine all your debts written on a piece of paper. Every number, every due date, every balance. Now, visualize yourself holding a golden stamp that says, "Paid in full." See yourself stamping it over every line. Feel the relief, the joy, the freedom. Hold that image for a few seconds, because that's not fantasy, that's creation. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. It only knows command. When you impress an image upon it with emotion, the universe rushes to materialize it. That's why so many people manifest more debt, because all they do is visualize bills. Start visualizing completion instead. Here's a little story. A woman once came to me crying because her debts were so high, she didn't know where to start. She was behind on rent, car payments, everything. I told her to stop worrying and start commanding. Every day, she affirmed, "I am debt-free in divine law." Within a month, a relative she hadn't spoken to in years reached out, offered her a business opportunity, and within weeks, she earned enough to clear half her debts. By the 3rd month, she was completely free. She didn't beg the universe, she spoke, as if it had already obeyed her. The universe is obedient to faith, not fear. It doesn't play favorites, it plays frequencies. And here's something crucial to remember. Your words and your emotions are not random, they are instruments. Most people speak lack fluently. They say things like, "I can't afford that," "I'm always broke," or "That's too expensive." And then they wonder why the universe keeps proving them right. Start catching yourself. Replace every negative financial statement with a command of prosperity. If you catch yourself saying, "I'm broke," correct it immediately with, "No, I am temporarily rearranging my resources, but abundance is flowing now." Say it with humor if you must. Make it light. the lighter your energy, the faster things shift. Because when you laugh, you open your vibration. Fear tightens, laughter expands. Ever notice how good things happen when you stop taking life so seriously? That's because joy is the magnet of miracles. Now, I'm not saying you'll wake up tomorrow with a stranger paying your bills, though that wouldn't be the first time the universe surprised someone like that. What I'm saying is, when you stand in authority, when you command the universe with clarity, it has no choice but to rearrange in your favor. That's how divine law works. Debt is only real in the material sense. In the spiritual sense, you are already balanced. You are not in deficit. You are simply rediscovering your surplus. You are not behind. You are right on time. You are not lacking. You are learning to receive. And receiving begins with commanding. So, now that you understand how your energy shapes your finances, let's take this deeper. Because commanding the universe isn't about shouting into the sky or pretending everything's fine while your bills pile up on the kitchen counter. It's about entering into divine partnership with the infinite supply that already belongs to you. Think about this for a second. When you were a child, you didn't worry about where dinner would come from. You didn't stress about the electric bill or your school fees. You trusted that someone, your parents, your guardians, your source would handle it. And they did. You were in perfect alignment with provision. Then you grew up, and the world taught you to worry, to calculate, to fear running out. You started saying, "What if there's not enough?" And the universe said, "Your wish is my command." The moment you stop trusting, you start creating lack. But the moment you start commanding again, with that same childlike certainty, everything begins to flow. The energy of money loves confidence. It loves clarity. It loves direction. Money doesn't like confusion. It likes leadership. So lead it. Tell it where to go. Every dollar you spend or receive is energy obeying your command. If you keep saying, "I never have enough," you're instructing your money to vanish. But if you start saying, "My money always multiplies," then every coin becomes a seed, not a sacrifice. You're programming the flow. Now, let's talk about something people rarely discuss. Debt has a spiritual purpose. Yes, even that. Debt isn't punishment, it's feedback. It's a mirror showing you where you've been living outside divine order. Maybe you've been undervaluing yourself, overgiving to others, or doubting your worth. Debt simply says, something here needs to be balanced. And once you see it that way, it loses its power to shame you. When you learn the lesson, the condition dissolves. That's why some people suddenly experience debt forgiveness, cancelled loans, or miraculous refunds, because the energy that created the imbalance has been corrected. The outer world has no choice but to reflect the inner correction. So if you really want to command the universe to pay your debts instantly, start by forgiving yourself. Yes, that's the first payment that clears the account. Say this right now. I forgive myself for every financial mistake, known and unknown. I release guilt and accept divine balance now. When you say that with sincerity, you literally clear energetic debt. Because guilt is a blockage and forgiveness is the solvent. Next, stop postponing abundance. So many people keep their prosperity on layaway. They say, "One day I'll be debt-free," or "When I finally get out of this mess." And the universe responds, "All right, one day. Stop pushing it into the future. Declare it now. I am debt-free in divine truth." You might still see bills in your mailbox, but they're just the afterglow of old energy. Don't panic, they're fading. Now, here's something that will completely shift your money energy. Gratitude payments. Yes, gratitude payments. Every time you make a payment toward your debt, no matter how small, don't grumble. Don't sigh. Smile and say, "I bless this payment, and I command it to return multiplied." What you bless increases. What you resist persists. I once told a man who was drowning in student loans to start blessing every payment. Instead of saying, "There goes my paycheck," he began saying, "Here flows my gratitude." Within months, his company surprised him with a bonus equal to exactly what he had paid off. Coincidence? The universe doesn't do coincidences, it does correspondence. You get where you vibrate. Another important shift: stop seeing your creditors as enemies. They're not out to get you. They're simply instruments in the play of exchange. When you hold resentment toward them, you chain yourself to their vibration. But when you send them love, yes, even the ones who keep calling you, free yourself. You rise above the frequency of conflict and enter the frequency of completion. So the next time a bill collector calls, instead of feeling anxiety, silently affirm, divine law is now balancing this in perfect order. You'll be surprised how often the energy changes, and even the communication becomes more peaceful, because you've shifted the vibration of the situation. And please, don't underestimate humor in this process. Laugh at your bills. Literally. When that bill shows up in your email, chuckle and say, "Oh, universe, you're just reminding me to flex my abundance muscles." When you can laugh at what used to scare you, you disarm it. Fear and laughter can't exist in the same space. Now, let's talk about one of the greatest secrets to instant manifestation: detachment. Most people delay their miracles because they won't let go. They pray, they affirm, they visualize, and then 5 minutes later they check their bank account like a hawk. That's not faith, that's surveillance. You can't plant a seed and keep digging it up to see if it's growing. Command the universe, and then trust it's already done. When you detach from the outcome, you release resistance. And when resistance goes, results flow. Here's how to do it. After you make your declaration, take a deep breath and say, "It is done." Then move through your day as if the solution is already on its way, because it is. Do your work with joy. Answer calls with gratitude. Go to bed peacefully. When your energy is calm, you become magnetic. Remember, money is not moral or immoral, it's neutral. It simply amplifies the vibration of the person using it. When you're peaceful, it amplifies peace. When you're anxious, it amplifies chaos. So your real job isn't chasing cash, it's maintaining calm. Calm is currency. Now let's do a quick practical reset that works instantly if you use it correctly. I call it the 3-minute wealth command. You can do it anytime, anywhere, especially when financial fear tries to creep in. Step 1, center yourself. Take a deep breath, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel your feet on the ground and remind yourself, I am provided for. I am safe. Step 2, speak your command. Say, by divine law, my debts are paid, my accounts are balanced, and abundance is flowing to me now. Say it like a decree, not a wish. Feel the authority in your voice. Step 3, give thanks before it arrives. Say, thank you, universe, for this perfect resolution. Gratitude is the signature that seals the command. Try this for a few days. You'll start noticing little things. A refund you didn't expect, a bill that's smaller than usual, a gift from someone out of nowhere, or a sudden burst of creativity that leads to extra income. Don't dismiss these as random, they're confirmations that the universe is moving. Because when you command with faith, you activate the law of instantaneous adjustment. And this law doesn't take weeks to start working, it starts now. But let me remind you, the key is consistency. Don't just command once and then go back to complaining. Every time you speak negatively about money, you cancel your previous order. You're like someone calling a restaurant, placing a beautiful meal order, and then hanging up saying, never mind, I'll just starve. Speak abundance and stay consistent. Your words build momentum, and momentum creates miracles. I know some people might say, this sounds too easy, but that's exactly the problem. People think life has to be hard. The truth is, abundance is simple. You've just been trained to complicate it. You were born wealthy in energy, rich in spirit, and abundant in potential. Debt is just the illusion that you've been cut off from that flow. But illusions dissolve when you see the truth. Here's the truth. You are the channel through which infinite supply flows. You don't have to chase wealth. You allow it. You don't have to fix everything. You align with everything. You don't have to stress. You command. And if you ever doubt your power, look at nature. The ocean never worries if there will be enough waves tomorrow. The trees don't panic about oxygen. The sun doesn't hold back its light. The universe operates in overflow, and you are part of that same system. So stop shrinking when you were built to shine. Stop apologizing for wanting more. Stop feeling guilty for desiring freedom. Freedom is your birthright. Debt is just the fog that hides it temporarily. I want you to remember something beautiful. The universe has already prepared the path for your financial freedom. The moment you declare, I am debt-free in divine law, everything that needs to happen to fulfill that truth starts moving into place. People, ideas, opportunities, timing. The universe doesn't need time. It needs your permission. So give it today. And here's your challenge. Tonight, before you go to bed, write this on a piece of paper. The universe pays my debts in perfect order now. Place it under your pillow. That's your declaration. Sleep with it for 7 nights. Don't worry. Don't analyze. Just affirm it once each night and drift off in peace. You might wake up to ideas, inspiration, or even miraculous provision. That's the universe answering. Follow the guidance you receive. It might nudge you to call someone, apply for something, or make a small shift in your routine. Don't ignore those nudges, they're divine directions. And when the blessings start flowing, and they will come back, and share it. Comment, tell your story. Inspire someone else who's still struggling to believe that miracles happen. Because when you testify, you multiply the miracle. You are not in financial bondage. You are in transformation. You are not poor. You are powerful. You are not waiting for the universe. The universe is waiting for you to speak. So speak boldly. Command with joy. Live as if it's already done. Because it is. Remember this always. The universe is not withholding anything from you. It's responding to you. When you stand in your authority, when you speak with conviction, when you bless instead of complain, laugh instead of worry, and give instead of grasp, everything changes. You are not chasing money. You are summoning it. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the creator of conditions. So go ahead. Command the universe to pay your debts, and then watch how fast life rearranges itself in your favor. And if this message resonated with you, don't just listen, act. Try one step today. Say the command, bless your bills, and walk with the certainty that divine balance is already unfolding. Then share your results. Because your story might be the miracle someone else needs to believe in their own. The universe is listening. It's ready. Are you?